Realistic with you, there's no way we'll get that cap fabricated and have it installed in one day.
Now, when you say cap, you mean the cap on the very top of the chimney? Okay, what does that have to do? You said the siding?
Well, see that cap, it's just like a shingle. If you can imagine, you always want, if you lay your first shingle, your next one overlaps it. Your next one overlaps. Same thing with siding. You don't run siding from the top. You go from the bottom up because you want everything. That way water runs off and over, off and over, off and over. If it's overlapped this way, then it's going to go in. That's the entrance point automatically.
But you're saying where you're going to caulk everything up, you're saying that plywood, is that called the decking? Is that right?
The decking, plywood sheathing.
On the back, this back side, and
wet.
this side
is
wet and going to have to be replaced.
It's going to have to be replaced.
So that siding on those two sides that you're going to caulk today, that'll have to come back off.
Yeah, we'll have to cut the caulking out, take it back. But it's virtually, there's no sense in replacing the decking today until we have the cap in hand. Because...
Is there not a cap up there?
Yeah, there's a cap there. There's a cap there, but it just needs to be replaced. Now, I will say this for Jesse, that's not normally something that... normally you reuse the same chimney cap because those can cost
$400 or $500. They have new chimney caps on my work order.
Well, then that's on them. That's something that needs to be replaced.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I need to go look at my records because they gave me a work order about 2 days ago to come measure a chimney cap that needed replacing. And I need to go look at the address because it may have been yours. They tried to get me out here 2 or 3 days ago and told me it was an emergency. But I was tied up. I had another customer and she was just as emotional as she could be about getting her house put back together for Christmas,
Well, this storm was in April. Can you understand why we're all...
I completely understand.
And I'm telling you, other people with other companies have not had this issue. And Alan gave me one story after another. It was ridiculous.
Sometimes I wish I was dealing with that type of company. Because, this is an awkward position for me to be in. I hope you understand that. Because I can't deal with you the way I'd like to, and I can't just... run and get my materials and fix and, make everything.
Do you feel like Jesse's going to be honest and replace that decking?
Jesse's going to be honest. He's whatever we need. That's what's going to be done. So.
All right, you better be because I'm telling you, he does not want to have to go up against me.
He's a good guy.
He doesn't, and don't get me wrong. I hate court.
Oh yeah.
But I sued my insurance company last year, the one I had, and everybody will tell you, you never win against an insurance company. They settled within 2 hours of being served papers. I document. I have a file this thick on all this damage, of phone calls with Alan, voicemails, emails he has sent, changing the story from one to the other. It's been ridiculous.
Who's Alan? The one that
was the heavy-set one that talked real. That Jack said talks the talk but won't walk the walk. And I told Jesse, I said, listen, you do me right. I'll let the neighbors know who to get in contact with. Because Alan was over all these houses. And everyone is like, they're upset.
See, all the work I'm doing is through Jesse. So.
Well, I told Jesse, he makes it right. I'll let them know. Contact Jesse and let them know that he'll come out and make it right.
I hadn't heard any. The only complaints I've heard about Jesse, and it's not about Jesse, but it's just the way things work in a situation like this, is that a lot of people don't like, they're dealing with Jesse, then they're dealing with my boss, or he's not my boss, but...
Are you with him? Oh.
Yeah. What you need? It's clear, Jared. But, they're dealing with three or four people before they actually finally get me out here to do the work, so... That's the one lady I just left. She's like, man, am I going to have to deal with anybody else?
Well, as long as Jesse makes it right. And
we'll make it right.
Because I told him with my health and I have a severe allergy to mold.
Oh, yeah.
And it will put me in the intensive care unit. I take protein and vitamin B12 shots every single day. I've got a shot container in there. I said, this is not something, because I will know eventually.
Oh, yeah.
I could, and I have gotten up in that attic and gone through that crap, and I shouldn't have to be doing this. And now they're going to have to replace the ceiling. They're going to have to replace the attic door.
You you definitely don't deserve to deal with all
No,
that.
I don't. When my insurance company was was the only one that Alan said he had even seen that covered the whole house instead of just what was damaged.
Yeah, because we're doing a lot, you know, like the whole house might be 25, 30 squares, and we might only be replacing 10 or 12, you know.
Right.
One big wall. And I mean, I'm talking...
So my insurance company has not been the issue.
Just like your house. Very
but they're
nice.
not gonna rip my insurance company off either.
We had one guy, he was kind of ill with his insurance because he just bought this brand new house 2 years ago, but he's had this same insurance company for 30 years on his other house too. And they only wanted to replace 12 square. Well, the thing was they discontinued his siding. So they were like, oh well, basically, you know, you pay for the other 20 squares. And so he was just...
Well, this is going to cost him, and I don't know whether it's going to come out of Alan's pocket or not, but I tell you what, Alan has not been forthright, he's not been honest, and I think he needs to take some liability here.
We'll get you. I can assure you one thing, as long as I'm here, I'll do everything I can.
All right, Chris, I appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay, Zoe, get back in here, honey. Zoe, come. That was conversation with Chris Smith. It is Monday, December 19th, 11:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.